All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. You are in a courtroom. You must behave as though you are in a courtroom. Anything you could not do if you were physically in this courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. To all the inmates at the jail, you are not allowed to use the chat box. You are not allowed to use the internet. And of course, you're not allowed to behave inappropriately. If any of these things happen, what will end up happening to you is you will be sent back. And as you know, there's a shortage. So what will happen is you'll be sent back and we'll see you maybe in 30 to 60 days. To all the defendants and those who are accused, when I call the docket, you'll hear your attorney's name. You will not hear your name. If you don't hear your name, do not hear your attorney's name, do not be overly concerned. They're probably Zooming in another courtroom or had to appear in person in another courtroom. Victor Pazana, to all those people who are on their way to work, you all need to pull over because guess what? If you were in court right now, you would not be on your way to work. You'd be on your way to court. So everyone who's in their vehicles, you need to talk to your driver, talk to whoever it is, says somebody's going to be late with their cable today because you are in court. All right, so these are the rules, and that goes for you as well, Eric. All right, to all the defendants who are on bond, you are not allowed to be cooking at your house. You're not allowed to be doing laundry. If you're at work, you had better tell your employer that you need to take a break because otherwise you're going to be required to appear in person in court. And anyone who behaves inappropriately on this Zoom screen, doesn't matter if you're out of county, out of state, out of country, you're going to be required to appear in the 187 District Court and your Zoom privileges will be revoked. Jay Norton, your background is messing up on you, so you're reading newspapers.
Judge, it's the file.
Yes, okay. All right. I'm going to open breakout rooms. When I open up the breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small you think that agreement is, you need to put it in the chat box to Norma Ferguson. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator on the screen. Do not call her, do not chat her, do not email her, do not text her asking her for a continuance because I'm the only one that can give you that. Today is Wednesday. The sun is out, the weather is nice. For San Antonio, it's not too hot, not too cold. Let's keep it a Wednesday. Let's not turn it into a Monday. Everyone put some patience in your pocket. Attorneys, I'm going to call the order in which you'll appear. And I know there are a couple of you who have cases that we're going to do pleas on. So don't worry, we're going to get to you with your pleas. So we have Arlene Gay, John Roberson, Cleophas Marshall, Ron Ross, Todd McCray, George Ruiz, Gary Chirac, Jay Norton, James Toshi, Nathaniel Navy, Adam Cobbs, Bill Simmons, Charles Jones, I don't know if that's the attorney or not, Javier Padilla, Manuel Rodriguez, Alfonso Cabanas, Michael Latimer, Ed Camara, Albert Charles, and Anita Garza. Is there, and Kelly Pillow. Is there any other attorney that I've missed?
Yes, Your Honor, Rusty Geyer.
All right, anyone else? All right, Arlene Gay, who is your client? Eric Ross?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is he in custody?
Yes, he is.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need Mr. Ross brought over. Can you tell me what his ETA is so that we can take care of that matter? All right, to all attorneys, if you have the ability to add to your name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence, that would greatly help things move quicker. If not, that's okay, I would take care of that. And Todd McCray, I see you changed your names, but could you put whether those people are criminal trial division or family violence? So we'll start with Cleophas Marshall. Cleophas Marshall.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor. I was just getting ready to try to change my name, so I had to click two buttons at one time. I have actually two clients that are both on the docket and both appearing today. Felicia Cox, and then we also have
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division.
And who else?
And Samantha Alvarez.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
That's criminal trial division, as I recall.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
All right, you're listed on here twice.
Yeah, I'm on my phone as well, just in case. I want to make sure I'm in here with the 187th, but I'm going to get off the phone.
All right, thank you. Ron Ross? Ron Ross going once.
I'm here, Judge.
Who do you have?
I've got Greg Morrison. Need to talk to Tom very briefly.
I'm going to send you to number 5. All right, Ms. Gabe, Mr. Ross is here. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Your Honor, will the paperwork be at his computer, Mr. Ross's computer at the jail?
I'll send Ms. Ferguson to number 2 as well, and she'll let you know if that's there.
Okay, thank you.
There you go, little buddy.
Mr. Ross, you need to go to breakout room number 2. Todd McCray,
Good morning.
thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you.
George Ruiz,
Good
going
morning.
once.
I'm here for George stepping in. He's in presiding. I'll have him logged in. I did ask Mr. Saunders if they can have a breakout room to confer about Mr. Day's case.
All right, so what I'm going to do, and Day, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
It should be criminal trial division.
And what's the client's first name?
Brandon?
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 7.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge. Have a wonderful morning.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Gary Chirac,
Yes, ma'am. I have Eddie Medina, and it is family violence.
all right, I'm going to send you to number 8. Jay Norton, are you in Arizona?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, who do you have?
We have two, both family, Andrea Garcia and Jacob Garcia. And I've previously been conferring with Michelle Hayden on both of those.
And you say Jacob Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to send you to number 9.
Thank you.
You're welcome. James Toshi,
Morning, Judge. I have Mary Diaz. It's a family violence case. I've been conferring with Michelle Hayden.
all right, you didn't put family violence in your box. You disappoint me. You put everything but that.
Judge, let me zoom out and zoom back in. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10.
Okay.
Nathaniel Navy,
Good morning, Judge.
thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 11.
Thank you.
Adam Cobbs,
Morning, Judge. I've got Darlene Carrasco, CTD.
thank you for changing your name.
You're welcome, Your Honor. I followed the instructions for once.
I'm going to send you to number 12.
Uh,
All right, Bill Simmons,
Yes, Your Honor. I have Crystal Gregg. It's a CTD. It's an MTR.
thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 13. That's a lucky breakout room.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Javier Padilla,
Morning, Judge. I have Claudia Rubio Mendoza. We have an application for pretrial diversion pending. I don't know if it's been accepted or not yet. We filed it on November 9th.
all right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson will let you know where you are in the process on that, and she may give you another day.
All right, thank you, Judge.
So Norma, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please. Manuel Rodriguez.
Good morning, Judge. I can't figure out how to change my name once I'm in.
Ah,
I have a family violence case, Migdelia Salazar, and we also have a motion to modify bond conditions I'd like to confer about as well.
okay. All right, so if you're on your computer, what you do is if you go to participants and see your name and click on the arrow, and then it'll ask you if you want to rename.
Okay.
Okay, I'm teaching people to fish.
Yes.
I
thank you.
just learned. All right, I'm going to see you to number 14.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Alfonso Cabanas.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. I'm going to send you to number 15.
Yes, Your Honor, criminal trial.
Thank you for changing your name.
Thank you.
Michael Latimer.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Marlon Citron, CTD, and John Cuellar, family violence.
I'll send you to number 16. Thank you for changing your name.
Thank you.
Ed Camara.
Judge, I have Richard Muskies. That's a criminal trial division, and I still can't figure out how to change the name. You have Aaron Taylor up there. I'm 3 days behind.
Okay, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial,
All right, are you on a computer?
yes.
All right, next time when you go to participants, click on your name. And then when you click on your name, an arrow will pop up and it'll say rename. That's how you can do it.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. I'm going to send you to number 17.
Thank you.
Albert Charas.
Morning, I've got Justin Rodriguez, and it's a family violence case.
I'll send you to number 18. Anita Garza. Anita Garza.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor. So I have Matthew Rodriguez. We have an agreement. So I think Marcus is working on the plea paperwork, but if you can put me in a breakout room with my client, I'd appreciate
Your
it.
client on bond or in custody?
He's in custody, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to number 19, Mr. Rodriguez, who's in custody. If you could go to 19, please. Kelly Piddle. I'll send you to number 20. Thanks for changing your name. Rusty Geyer.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have James Madrone, It's Criminal Trial Division, and we're here just simply to say we want to go to trial.
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond. He should be in the courtroom, to my knowledge.
All right, to the courtroom, is there a James Madron in the courtroom?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
All right, courtroom, could you go to breakout room? Let me make you a co-host just 1 second. Courtroom, could you go to breakout room number 21?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Geyer, that's a lucky breakout room number.
Thank you for that lucky one, Judge.
Tibbs, Regina Tibbs.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, who do you have?
Calvin Johnson.
You said Alvin Johnson?
Calvin Johnson.
Okay. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial. Well, I don't know. He did get family violence, perhaps.
All right, let me check and see.
I know he hasn't been indicted yet, and
Brenda, do you see Calvin Johnson on the docket? Let me look. Do you have a cause number?
yes, I do. It is CM 086582.
Okay, we'll figure out why we are here. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 22.
Okay. And Judge, just so you know, I found out about the case through through my client, because bail bonds told him to be here. Okay. But I did not receive notice from the court. Okay.
All right, thank you. We'll see what's going on.
Okay.
All right, John Robertson.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've got Charles Montoya to do a plea. He's here in my office with me. And I've got a second client, CTD, Stephen Duclos, that I'll need to confer with later.
Okay, let me see if we have a prosecutor and we will take care of that.
We did the plea with Joe Ray, if that makes a difference.
Okay. Oh, I think any prosecutor who's here will probably step in. Marcus, are you able to do a plea?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Judge, may I report?
I'm in the middle of a plea.
Okay, excuse me.
No problem. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 8524, State of Texas versus Charles Edward Montoya. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
John Robertson for Mr. Montoya, Your Honor. We're ready. This is going to be a plea to a lesser included assault bodily injury.
All right. We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Montoya, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, Mr. Montoya, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Judge.
Counsel, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. And this discovery acknowledgement, it was entered in with Judge Raymond Angelini, but defense, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Montoya, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, it appears that you're proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury family as a Class A misdemeanor. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Montoya, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family as a Class A misdemeanor? The range of punishment for that offense is up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that plea bargain agreement. If the court does not follow that plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Montoya, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury as a Class A misdemeanor. There's a $1,500 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Juanita Esqueda, ESQUEDA. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be $100 to an approved family violence center. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Fences is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be 80 hours of community service restitution and anger management. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family as a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Judge. State offer states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objection?
Objection. No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Montoya, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you have applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, just that this was an extremely aberrant situation in Mr. Montoya's life. He's never been in any trouble whatsoever. I don't anticipate any issues with him in the future. We'd ask the court to follow the agreement and place him on deferred on this case.
All right, Mr. Montoya, this is, from what I'm reading, this is your wife's mother, so I'm assuming you and your wife are still together, but you're not going to have any contact with Miss Escada?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what do you do?
I'm a funeral attendant at a funeral home.
What
in,
does that
Von
mean,
Ormy.
funeral attendant?
I coordinate the evening's visitations, the rosaries. I also drive the hearse when it's during for the burial services in the morning.
Okay. All right. Have you ever had any drug use in the past?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will sentence you to a $1,500 fine. That will be probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, 80 hours of community service restitution. The court will deduct 40 of those hours if you provide proof that you've had the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring anyone to obtain the COVID vaccination, but if you completed the entire regimen, then 40 hours will be waived. The court will allow you to buy out the remaining hours of your community service issues. If you so choose, your attorney will explain that to you. There's to be anger management, no contact with Juanita Escada, affirmative finding of family violence, $100 to a family violence center. There's to be regular reporting in person or by Zoom. There's to be regular UAs, or either you can do the patch. The probation officer will explain to you the benefits. Basically, the patch is more expensive, but with the patch, you don't have to come in as often. So regular UAs are either the patch, proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month. Probation, is there anything else that Mr. Montoya needs?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Montoya, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Montoya, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you have a question over what is a weapon, you'll need to hire an attorney or get an attorney to give you the definition of that. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Montoya, good luck to you. Mr. Robertson, he's going to have to go to a breakout room with probation to go over conditions, and then I can send you to the next room for your next client.
Sounds good. We'll wait for the breakout room.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and probation, if you could meet them in number 1, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Rusty Geyer. All right, Adam Cobbs.
Morning, Judge. I've conferred with Brittany Sparks. We have a conditional dismissal that would require a little bit of time for completion. I have not had any recent contact with Miss Carrasco, but I do have and confirm that I do have a good phone number. I've got 2 good phone numbers, and I'm trying to get in touch with her. I was hoping that the court would allow me a little bit of time to try and get her to appear this
Just
morning.
one moment. Could somebody tell me what page is she on?
She's on the recall. On the second page, all the way to the bottom. The last
All
one.
right. I don't have that docket. So I guess my docket got cut off. To the clerks,
Judge, I'll print it out for you.
thank you.
Yes, okay.
All right, Mr. Cobbs, on Darlene Carrasco, I'll give her till 2 p.m.
Okay, I'll try and reach her, and we'll work on the requirements for Ms. Sparks.
All right.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, we'll see you back at 2 p.m. or sooner.
Thank you.
Alfonso Cabanas.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi, what's going on?
May I get a breakout room with my client, Victor Enriquez, to go over the plea paperwork?
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
In custody, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you see where Victor Enriquez is? What is his ETA?
Yes, ma'am.
I sent him to 24 with Mr. Cabanas.
All right, Mr. Cabanas, if you go to breakout room number 24, your client is in there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Attorney Arlene Gay. My client got kicked out of who is a prisoner out of our breakout room, and he is under Andreas dot under an email address. And he's a
Okay,
prisoner.
and which breakout room were you in, Ms. Gay?
We were in 2.
All right, Mr. Andreas, if you'll go back to breakout room number 2, please.
Judge, this is Todd McCray. I'm back from the breakout room.
Okay, just one second. All right, yes, Mr. McCray.
Judge, I have 2 cases, Victor Pizzana and Paul Smith. Those are both CTD. I
All
confer
right,
with.
let's start with Pizzana. Just give me a second. All right, on Victor Pizzana.
Yes, Your Honor. Victor, as you can see, is on bond. It was recently indicted. We're quickly moving towards a resolution. We need a little more time because there's a forfeiture disposition that I need to fold into this resolution.
All right, and when is that going to happen?
I hope to get that done before the next setting, Your Honor.
All right, the only reason why I ask is because we were here in October and we didn't have a November date because I was told that defense attorney needs to speak with civil. And I assume that was on the forfeiture.
Yes, Your Honor, and that's on my shoulders. We've been real busy at the office. That's my fault.
All right, Norma, on Pizzana, can I have a 1-month reset?
If we could do that just a little later in January, I usually try to take a little break right at the first couple of weeks in January, please, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on January 13th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're
And then I have one more, which
just
is
one moment. Okay, and your other case?
yes, ma'am. That's Paul Smith. And I've conferred with Tom. He's on bond. It's a recent indictment. He's a little bit emotional right now. His child has gone through some COVID illnesses. And because of that, request maybe that same setting in January.
All right, has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with Tom as well. And with Marcus.
All right, then we'll see you back on January 13th. Both you and your clients are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Everyone, just give me a moment, please. Brenda, do you see what page Smith is on?
He's on 16, Judge.
Thank you.
And Victor and Paul, the judges excused you. We'll talk later on the phone.
All
Thank
right,
you, Judge.
you're welcome. Ron Ross?
Judge, we're gonna need a trial on this case. Offer's been tendered, all the discovery's been done. Tom and I are pretty confident that everything's been disclosed. I don't know how long Tom's anticipating would be, probably 3 or 4 days. I don't know.
All right, Norma, on Morrison, can we reschedule this in December? We're gonna bring you back in December, and at that time, we're gonna give you a jury trial date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Morrison, he's in custody?
He is.
All right. Let me find Morrison. (16A).
And by the way, we are in December, just so you know.
I know.
We're
All right,
there.
Mr. Morrison, we're going to come back on December 13th. At that time, what will happen is I'll give you your jury trial date on that day, okay? All right, you're muted, Mr. Morrison.
That's fine, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Morrison.
I'll be there to see you before that time.
Okay.
All right, if you don't have anyone else, you are excused, Mr. Ross.
I have nothing else, Judge. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Norma, can you let them know that Mr. Morrison, 16A, can go back? And everyone, just give me a moment. What's this? Oh, you know what? This goes with one of those files.
Oh, okay. Judge, I'm gonna look at file first too.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave them.
All right, thank you. All right, any other attorney who's back from the
Judge.
breakout room?
Judge Gary Chirek, I am back.
Yes, what is happening with Medina?
I've conferred with the DA. We have all our discovery. They've made an offer. I'd like some time for him to review the offer and either accept or decline it.
All right, and on Medina, Norma, so you have all the discovery, Mr. Chirek?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and an offer has been tendered?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, can I have a January date for Mr. Medina? And is your client in custody or on bond?
He is on bond and he's been on Zoom, but I don't know if he's still on. He's having trouble, but I can confer with him on.
Oh, no, he's still on.
Okay.
Mr.
I know
Medina,
he's been calling me.
can you unmute for me, please? All right, Mr. Medina, give me a thumbs up if you can hear what I'm saying. All right, Mr. Medina, we're going to come back on January 5th. January 5th is going to be your plea deadline date. What that means is the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after that date. And after that date, you will be given your jury trial date. All right, Mr. Chirek, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're
Judge
welcome.
Boyd, this is Jim Tochi. I'm back from the breakout.
All right, just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Brenna, do you see what page Eddie Medina is on?
He's on the recall, Judge. On page 1.
Thank you.
Sorry, Brenna.
All right, James Toshi.
Judge Mary Diaz, I've conferred with Ms. Wilkes. We are at an impasse right now, and so we're just seeking a new setting from the court.
All right, Norma on Diaz. Can we recall this later in December? Ms. Diaz, where are you? All right, Ms. Diaz, I see you.
Your Honor.
Defense, how long have you been on this case?
Oh, a while, Judge. I want to say 6-7 months now.
All right, have you received all the discovery?
I have.
Has an offer been tendered?
Yes.
All right, Norma, on Ms. Diaz, can you set her for our last day in December, please? All right, so Ms. Diaz, we're going to come back on December 15th. December 15th is going to be your plea deadline date. At that time, you can let the court know whether or not you're accepting the plea or not accepting the plea. If you're not accepting the plea, what that plea deadline date means is that the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after that date. And then the court will give you your jury trial date in December if you so desire. Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Manny Rodriguez.
Yes, Judge. Concerning Migdalia Salazar.
Yes.
Judge, we're requesting a 2-week reset so the prosecutor, the family violence prosecutor, can be ready for a couple things. Number one, to give me an offer. Number two, for a motion to modify bond conditions. This is a case with CPS involvement, and there'll need to be some caseworker testimony.
All right, so is 2 weeks enough time, or you need it in the new year? Because I see this is a first setting.
2 weeks, because we're trying to get this in before Christmas.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 2-week reset on Migdalia Salazar? All right, so December 15th.
Could we have that in the afternoon if possible, Judge?
Ms. Ferguson, should we then move it to December 14th if we're doing the afternoon?
We have one case coming back in the afternoon, Judge, on the 15th. So I don't know if you want to set it there or on the 14th. It's up to you.
Let's set it on the 14th, because how long are you anticipating the hearing going, Mr. Rodriguez?
I would anticipate it'd be very short. It would just be the caseworker's update on how my client's doing with the safety plan.
Okay, all right, then we'll set it for December 15th.
14th or 15th?
15th.
15th, okay, very
And
good.
we'll set it at 2 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Judge, this is Ed Camara.
All right, just one moment.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Kamara?
I was in a breakout room and somehow or another I got disconnected and I'm in limbo somewhere. I think I was in 17, but
You were in 17. Let me move you to number 3, okay?
is that a better room?
You know what? I think rooms are what you make them.
Well, I like the lower numbers.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
And Judge, I'm back as well.
All right, Jay Norton.
So I have conferred with Michelle on both matters. Oop.
Yes. Yes.
It's kind of a difficult situation on Miss Garcia. We're stuck in this sort of competency limbo area that we're trying to resolve. Michelle's going to speak with Sally some, see if we can get some out of the box ideas, but we're kind of in a situation where we can't really do anything on Miss Garcia's case at the moment. So we need to just, I guess, a regular reset on that.
Well, let me just find what page she is on. Okay. So where are we on the status of her competency?
Well,
has she been seen?
She has, but she needs to be seen again. It's kind of a little bit complicated, but the way the law is written, it's mandatory for her to go to some inpatient place 120 days.
So was she declared incompetent?
She was at one point. She's in my opinion, she's competent at this point, but they haven't done the 120. So the Judge Carruthers says he's not in a position where he can change the order. So we're trying to see if maybe we can have her reevaluated, but
Norma, can you have Miss Andrea Garcia ask for a reevaluation, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Oh, hold on 1 second, please, everyone. Hi, Brenda, guess who's in the office? It's Hunter. Hi. All right, so on Andrea Garcia, what we'll do is we're gonna have her reevaluated. Are you using the regular doctor? Hi. Are you using the regular doctor, Mr. Norton? By that, I mean, that's normally used Dr. Scott or one of the other doctors?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, we're gonna set it for reevaluation and we're gonna reset this for December 14th, just so we can have an update and not lose track of what's happening.
Okay.
Excuse me, Judge. This is Calvin Johnson. My lawyer.
I'm in the middle of a hearing.
Oh, sorry about that.
So just wait your turn, okay? Be patient, put some patience in your pocket.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, would that be the 14th in the morning or the?
Just 1 second. All right, it will be in the morning, Mr. Norton.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. All right, now the next person is Jacob Garcia.
We are lacking a set of records that Michelle is trying to get for us, and I think we have resolved. I'm going to verify, but I believe we've resolved all the other discovery issues on his case.
All right, what records are we talking about?
There's some mental health records.
And where are these records?
I believe at Laurel Ridge.
That's correct.
All right, and when are we anticipating having those records from Laurel Ridge?
Judge, they've been requested. Marina was getting some pushback from them. We sent another subpoena standing order yesterday. If they give us any more pushback or we're not able to obtain them in the next couple weeks, then we'll, try to get them via different method or have them.
All right, Norma, on Jacob Garcia, can you set this in January? And everyone, if you don't have the records before that date, then we'll be having a hearing. So you'll need to subpoena whomever you need to subpoena from Laurel Ridge. All right, Norma, what date?
Give me 1 second, Judge. Let's see.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to come back on January 10th. So 2022, I have to practice saying that. So on that date, state defense, subpoena whomever you need to subpoena for a hearing, and we'll find out where these records are.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
everyone, if you'll.
May we be excused?
Yes, you're excused. And everyone, if you'll give me a moment, I need to sign paperwork.
Alfonso, that paperwork has been sent since last night.
Okay, Norma, I'll ask them to check. Could
you all use the chat box, please?
Seems like not as busy as yesterday.
You were here till 5.
Directly to the judge chat.
All right, Bill Simmons.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm back from conferring with the state, and we have an agreement, Judge. So we're just working on paperwork.
All right, thank you. Javier Padilla.
Yes, Judge. Norma checked with the pretrial diversion program on Claudia Mendoza.
I'm sorry, on who?
On Claudia Mendoza Rios.
Yes.
They're not quite ready. So Norma is proposing a reset to January 7 next year.
All right, where's your client?
Claudia Mendoza.
No, where is she?
She's in custody, Judge.
So it's Claudio Rubio Mendoza?
Yes.
Is your client Claudia Rubio Mendoza?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
All right, and are they able to do that from the jail?
To do what?
The PTD. How are they doing a PTD, a pretrial diversion from the jail? Because I don't understand. Pretrial diversion, are they asking her to accomplish something? Because she can't accomplish something if she's at the Bexar County Jail.
Well, they haven't, I guess they haven't formally approved the application yet. They haven't sent me a contract yet. So I don't know what the status is. We filed the application back on November 9, and they're still not ready. PTD is still not ready.
All right, who's the prosecutor you're speaking to?
Marcus.
All right, because I don't understand how she's going to complete a pretrial diversion program at the Bexar County Jail.
Well, I would think she would get released and then completed once she gets released from jail. I would think that's how it works.
But I mean, I'm still trying to figure out, she hasn't been released from jail now, and we've been here since September I know we haven't been here since September on a pretrial diversion application, but this case has been since September. I'm assuming she's been in jail since September. So that's October, November, December.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand what the state is waiting on.
I don't know.
All right, Norma, we're going to recall Miss Claudio. First, let me see if Marcus was crazy. Sanders. Just one moment, everyone. Mr. Padilla, just give us a moment. What's going to end up happening is I just talked to the prosecutor. So he's going to come back in and talk to you to see what we can do. All right, Joseph John Robertson, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6.
I need to confer with the state on this thing.
Okay.
We got a challenge.
What previous? Yeah, there you are. I'm going to send you to number 6.
Okay. Thank you.
Alfonso Cabanas, you're welcome.
Hi, Judge. Good morning.
Hi.
Just to let the court know that we're back from the breakout room and we have all the paperwork ready for the court's review and signature.
Okay, thank you. They're going to get that to me. Anita Garza.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Have you previously been in a breakout room?
Yes, my plan and I already signed the paperwork, and I think he's in the breakout room to do the oath.
Okay, as soon as that's done, and I receive the paperwork, I will take that up. Hector Garza, who do you have?
She could hear you. So
Billy Taylor, Judge.
I'm sorry, who?
Billy Taylor,
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
criminal trial.
I'm going to send you to number 9.
Judge, can I jump in at some point?
Yes, just give me a moment. Joe Stenberg. Who do you have? You're on mute.
Yes, and
Who do you have?
Gregory Alexander is the last name. We're here just for discovery. I got
Is it Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
It is family violence.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 10.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome. John Kuntz.
Hey, Judge.
Hi, who do you have?
James Stegemeyer. Can I speak to a family violence prosecutor at some point?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, John. I'm going to send you to number 11.
Okey doke. Thank you.
You're welcome. Elizabeth Settle, who do you have?
sorry, Judge, I have Brianna St. John. She's in custody. She was just restored to competency 2 days ago. So
Criminal
I need to.
trial division or family violence?
It is criminal trial.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 12.
Thank you.
All right, and Raymond, I'll take you up as soon as I speak with Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, you had wanted something?
Oh, yes, ma'am. My lawyer told me to tell you that I was present because she was in the breakout room, which is
Okay.
Regina Tibbs.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, Raymond Martinez.
Thank you, Judge. Yesterday I was on the Zoom with April Ramirez. While I was in the breakout room, she got kicked out of Zoom for whatever reason. And I asked the court if we could return today, because you
Yes.
asked her to come to court and she said she didn't have transportation. So I asked if we could come this morning. And as you can see, I am here and she is not. My request this morning, Judge, is that if you're going to issue a warrant, that we do a bond increase, because she didn't technically appear to court when she was ordered to appear yesterday.
Yeah, but we can't have people who are behaving inappropriately on Zoom. I will give her
understand, Judge.
I'll give her till 2.
Well, and assuming she doesn't appear, Judge, I don't have to come back at 2. My request, I understand the court's position in this matter. I would ask the court to issue a bond increase based on a failure to comply with court rules versus failure to appear, because she did appear yesterday.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if you can get in touch with your client and see if she's coming or not coming.
I will send a message to the court once I know something, Judge.
All right. Thank you. And if you want to come back before 2 p.m., of course you can.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you. All right. Any other attorneys back?
Your Honor, this is Attorney Arlene Gay with
Yes.
Eric Ross, and he is a prisoner. We had paperwork, but I'm not sure if he's been sworn in, and but I'm ready. We went over the documents together. So
Okay. As soon as the court
It's ready.
receives the paperwork, then I will take that up. And
Thank you.
I just see the paperwork coming through the system now. So just give me a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And Your Honor, whenever you have a moment, I'd just like to update the court on status for our case.
Okay. Just one moment.
Thank you, Judge.
To the clerks, the court is sending paperwork back. Okay, Mr. Ruiz.
Yes, Your Honor. I've spoken to the state, to Mr. Sanders, and I would like to ask the court for a reset, Your Honor.
Who's your client?
My client, Your Honor, is Mr. Brandon Day. We had a previous offer, and Mr. Sanders stated that he might be relaying a new offer, which my client would be likely to take. So we just like to ask for a reset.
All right, do you have all the discovery?
Your Honor, I believe we do, Your Honor, but I'd have to check, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, and where's your client, Mr. Day?
He should have been logged in. If not, I can call him right now and make sure he pops on, Your Honor.
I'm right here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Day, we're going to recall this in December. Norma, is December 14th or 15th open?
Yes, ma'am. Either day.
All right, so we're going to come back on December 14th.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, anyone else back from the breakout room? Otherwise, we're going to take up the matter of Matthew Tito Rodriguez. And let me see where your client is.
He might still be in the breakout room. You want me to tell him to pop in?
Yes, please.
Judge, if I may, I need to go to another court. I've got 4 cases this morning, so I will come back to you just as soon as I can.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, any other attorney who has not been sent to a breakout room?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Yes.
It's Will Brooks. I apologize for being late. I had another hearing, but I have Mr. Richard Ruiz, and it's family violence, Judge.
All right.
We've been asking for a jury trial, but I'm happy to confer.
Okay. Brenda, attorneys always come in and they say, I was in another court. And that tells me that there's another court that's more important than the 187.
Oh, Judge, I love you. I've been to you first all week. I just don't want to get held in contempt, although I could probably use the rest. I'll take a toothbrush down there.
All right. I'm going to send you. All right. Thank you. I'm going to send you to number 14, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right.
Judge, I'm on the recall docket.
Yes, who's your client?
Philip Kling. We were set yesterday. I don't believe he's on Zoom today, and
Yeah, he wasn't here yesterday either. So is it criminal trial division or family violence?
criminal trial division. But my office has tried to contact him. We called pretrial services, and the number we have for him is the same number they have for him, and it doesn't accept phone calls. So.
All right, well, just give us a moment and we'll take that up, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's the prosecutor on Matthew Rodriguez?
Marcus Sanders, Your Honor.
All right, is there another prosecutor available? Just give us a moment. Lorraine Efron, who do you have?
Hi, Judge. I have Joe De La Cruz and Richard Thomas. Caitlin messaged me, but I don't see her. I think she must be in a breakout room on Richard Thomas.
All right, and who is the?
And Mr. Thomas is on bond. He's logged on.
And Joe De La Cruz, is that family violence or criminal trial division?
That's mine, Your Honor. Michelle Hayden.
Okay, so it's both of those cases are family violence?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. And Ms. Hayden, if you could remain, are you able to take a plea?
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10, Ms. Efron.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, may I approach? This is Linda Corley.
Just a moment. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 10862W, State of Texas versus Matthew Tito Rodriguez. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Michelle Hayden for the state.
For the defense?
Anita Perez Garza for the defense.
And Judge, I'm here. I can step in.
All right, thank you.
Marcus Sanders for the state.
All right, and are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, I am, Judge Boyd.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did, Judge.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Defense, I'm showing you that discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, I did, Judge.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to indict?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand that your attorney has certain rights, namely 2 days from the presentation of the information and 10 days from the presentation of the information to prepare for trial? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, I do.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Next, I'm going to show you the document entitled Information. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do. Yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Rodriguez? Mr. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, and yes, I do, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with this unlawfully carrying of a weapon with a felony conviction? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe he was.
Mr. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or forced you to enter this plea?
No one's having, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
According to the
do.
plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration NIMAG number 637894. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor, with one exception. So he's on parole. And so we would ask that that be, that run concurrent with those two cases.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, do you understand that the court can request that this plea and your sentence run concurrent with probation? But if you have not been revoked off of parole, the court can request that this run concurrent with your parole. However, if you have not been revoked from that parole, the court does not have the authority to force your parole sentence to run concurrent with this case, because I have no jurisdiction over parole. But the court will request that this sentence run concurrent if I find that there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that being said, does everyone understand that to be the plea bargain agreement? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what she
Counsel,
told me.
have there been
She
any
said
such
she had
motions?
AIDS, like she had to go to a doctor about it. That was
Excuse me?
something I was gonna help her out with.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in the information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, Judge. State Office States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objection?
No objection.
Mr. Rodriguez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements, police reports, and judgments? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
I've never been to PVC. I just did it here. Sir? It's been a while. Okay.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, I think the court has everything it has in front of it.
All right, do you have the parole case number that this is to run concurrent with? Is it the,
I'm not trying to get caught up with her right now.
Believe
the
there are
previous
two of-
conviction?
I believe there are two of them, Your Honor. I
Did they
think
let it go, or-
2020 CR 0625, and the second one is 2020 CR 1077.
2020 CR
77. And then the other one is 0625.
All right. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, taking in consideration NIMAC number 637894. And this will run concurrent with 2020 CR 1077 and 2020 CR 02625. Again, Mr. Rodriguez, you understand that the court has no jurisdiction to force parole to run this case concurrent with theirs. Do you understand that? You're on mute.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
I do, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you have a question about what the definition of a weapon is, you need to speak to an attorney about that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Rodriguez, how old are you?
I'm 28 years old, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, here's the question that you have to ask yourself. You have to say, self, do I want to spend the rest of my life in and out of prisons? As it is, you may be seeing your 31st birthday in prison. Don't spend your 32nd. You still have more of your life in front of you than behind you. I have more of my life behind me. So there's still more that you can do. You got to do right. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Rodriguez. Norma, you're welcome. Mr. Rodriguez can go back. He's L6.
Thank
And
you.
Ms. Garza, you are excused. Arlene Gay.
Thanks, Marcus.
All right, where's your client, Ms. Gay?
He is incarcerated and he may be under Andreas.
I cannot hear you. There's something wrong with your sound. We can't hear you.
Your Honor, can you hear me now?
It's faint.
Okay, let me see.
Sir, are you Eric Ross? You're not Eric Ross, are you?
I'm not Eric Ross.
Okay. It amazes me. People act like they haven't used Zoom in ages. Is there an Eric Ross here?
There's a guy
right.
waving his hand under Andres Aldana at bear.org.
Okay. I don't know, why won't people speak up? All right, Ms. Gay, can you speak up for us, please?
Yes, Your Honor, can you hear me?
Yes, you're gonna have to lean in and because it's still as though you're in a tunnel. All right, the court, where did Marcus go?
I went to the Wi-Fi.
Is there a prosecutor available?
I can do it, Judge.
All right, thank you.
It was saying off. Still made a difference.
Court is calling 2021 CR 2481 and 2021 CR 2482, State of Texas versus Eric Brandon Ross. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
It's weird.
Oh, we cannot hear you, Ms. Gay.
I tried
All right, can you make sure when you talk that you talk towards your microphone? Ms. Gay? All right. And are you Mr. Ross?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None.
Ms. Gay, any objection?
No objection.
Mr. Ross, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Did you review those documents with your attorney, and have you received all the discovery from the state?
Yes, I did.
Ms. Gay?
Yes.
And each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ross, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review those documents with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Judge.
And each of the cause numbers, Ms. Gay, are you waiving the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, in each of the cause numbers, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Is there an enhancement paragraph beyond the jurisdictional one?
No, there is not.
Okay, then yes.
Mr. Ross, in each of the cause numbers, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them, and did you electronically sign them in all the appropriate places?
I did, Judge.
In each of the cause numbers, you're charged with the offense of evading arrest, detention, second or more. In each of the cause numbers, that's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, I did, Judge.
In each of the cause numbers, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge, I did.
In each of the cause numbers, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes.
In each of the cause numbers, did you understand by entering plea bargain agreements, you were giving up those rights? Mr. Ross?
Yes,
in each
ma'am.
of the cause numbers, did you understand by entering the plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And in each of the cause numbers, did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to the offenses? I'm sorry, Ms. Gay, we can't hear you.
Yes.
In each of the cause numbers, do you believe that your client has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
In each of the cause numbers, do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Ross, in each of the cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter these pleas?
No, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, Judge.
In each of the cause numbers, the state is requesting that your punishment be assessed at 9 months in the state jail facility. There are no applications. Each of the cause numbers will run concurrently, and in each of the cause numbers, it is taken into consideration 2021 CR 2483, County Court cause number 653350, 655043, and grand jury number 735679. Mr. Ross, did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Counsel, have there been any such motions in either of these cases?
No.
Then Mr. Ross, in 2021 CR 2481, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
And in cause number 2021 CR 2482, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, in each of those cause numbers, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
We do, and we offer State's Exhibit 1 in attachments in each cause.
Any objection?
No objection.
Mr. Ross, in each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you electronically sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand, Mr. Ross?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Then in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, in each of the cause numbers, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And in each of the cause numbers, the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing in each of the cause numbers?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in cause number 2021 CR 2482, the court will follow your plea bargain agreement. Court will sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. This is run concurrent with 2021 CR 2481. Taking into consideration the following cases: 2021 CR 2483, County Court cause numbers 653350 and 655043, and grand jury number 735679. Is there anything else in that cause number for sentencing, state or defense?
No, Judge.
Your Honor.
All right, and then in cause number 2021 CR 2481, the court will follow your agreement. Court will sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, taking into consideration 2021 CR 2483, County Court cause number 653350, 655043, grand jury number 73569. This will run concurrent with 2021 CR 2482. Is there anything else in this cause number with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Ma'am?
Mr. Ross, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you electronically sign them in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
And because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor.
And if you have a question over what a weapon is, you need to speak to your attorney about that definition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Ross, good luck to you. What does that tattoo around your neck say?
Family, faith, family, fellowship, and friends.
All right, so here's the thing, you need to live by that.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't stop running away, otherwise you're gonna end up in and out of the prison, okay?
I understand, Judge.
All right, good luck to you. Norma, Andres.Aldana, that's how it's listed on the screen. He can go back. And Ms. Gay, thank you very much. You're excused. Who are the parties on Victor Enriquez?
I'm here, Judge.
All right, and who's the defense attorney?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Judge.
All right, let me see where he is. Does anyone see Mr. Enriquez on the Zoom screen?
Has
Right here, ma'am.
his first name. Yeah, Victor.
Oh, he's listed as Victor. All right, let me find him. All right, Mr. Cox, who do you have?
Ernest Cheeler.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence? Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Family violence, Judge, family violence.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
And I always enjoy being in the
Oh, well, thank you very much. We now have a new coach. I'm not in improvement of it, but you know, it is what it is.
We have a new coach too, Judge.
Well, sorry to Notre Dame. I guess he won't be going to the bowl game with you. All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 8556, State of Texas versus Victor Manuel Enriquez. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Caitlin Wilkes for the state.
For the defense?
Alfonso Cabañas for Mr. Enriquez.
And are you Victor Manuel Enriquez?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Mr. Enriquez, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did. And yes, I did.
Counsel, I'm going to show you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review that discovery with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I did have all the discovery provided by the state.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Enriquez, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review this document with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Enriquez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
As far as I'm concerned, yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand what you're charged with is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
If you had a plea bargaining agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargaining agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargaining agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there a reason, Mr. Enriquez, for the tears? What's going on?
No, just thoughts going through my head. My kids, that's it. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you're saying.
Just thoughts about my kids, that's it. Sorry.
All right. Well, you know, everybody on the screen, I'm not trying to be mean, but when people have thoughts of their children, they need to have thoughts of their children before they commit actions in this world. So if someone loves their children, they say they love their children, That needs to be at the forefront of your mind whenever you're making decisions, because whatever decisions that you make, guess what? It impacts your children until they're adults. And sometimes it impacts them even when they're adults. All right, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial,
Yes, I do.
the right to remain silent,
Yes,
the right to confront any witnesses the state would call?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor, he did.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent, was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Enriquez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain agreement. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state opposes deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution, if any. No contact with Jesse, Jesse, Insall, Insall, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement? Mr. Enriquez, do you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement? Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled paragraph that's entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places? Mr. Enriquez,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand by signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
State offers states one and attachments.
Any objections?
No objection to states one and attachments, Your Honor.
Mr. Enriquez, I'm showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I
Court
do.
will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Sentencing for this case will be set on January 12th, 2022 at 9 a.m. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
Nothing
All
from
right.
the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Enriquez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And probation will go over what's expected of you. It's very important that you make all of the appointments. If you're released on bond, you still need to make those appointments. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. There he is. And Mr. Cabanas, you can go to number 1, or either you can be excused.
Your Honor, actually, can I get a breakout room with Mr. Tom Nisbet, please?
Yes. Tom Nesbitt, if you go to breakout room number 2, please. All right, Bill Simmons.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I was just informing the court that we had completed everything with Mrs. Gregg, and that we were ready to proceed on her MTR when at the leisure of the court.
Okay. All right, is there a prosecutor available on Crystal Nicole Gregg?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
All right, and is she in custody or on bond?
She is in
custody, Your Honor. And Your Honor, if I may, just Ms. Sparks, do you have an issue with her with playing true to condition 41?
I was going to do condition number 2 and condition number 41.
I don't believe that's an issue, as long as it's not one of the number ones.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Simmons, I need your video, please.
I'm sorry, Judge.
That's okay. All right, the court is calling 2016 CR 7583, State of Texas versus Crystal Nicole Gregg. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
For the defense?
Bill Simmons.
And are you Miss Gregg?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objections, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Gregg, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Crystal Nicole Gregg who was placed on community supervision in 2016 CR 7583 for the offense of manufacturing and delivering a controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams on June 20th, 2018 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge, violation of condition number 2, that on or about the 17th day of August, 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Crystal Nicole Gregg did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision
I'm
officer.
sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, yes, Judge. Did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
In Your Honor, violation of condition number 41, that on or about the 25th day of August, 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Crystal Nicole Gregg, then and there failed to appear in court with the rules and regulations of felony drug court in violation of condition number 41.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
State.
Your Honor, we're going to waive all other violations.
All right. Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Gregg, did you
Okay.
understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 2 and 41, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 5 years in prison and up to $2,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 2 and 41?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violations 2 and 41 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, our agreement is to revoke and reform the underlying to 3 years TDC and sentence her to 3 years TDC.
No, her range of punishment is 5 to 99 years. So her minimum sentence is 5 years. Do you understand, Ms. Gregg, that your minimum sentence is 5 years prison?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
If I could, Your Honor,
Yes.
just with her, just make sure on this. She understood that the full rate of punishment was in the court's discretion, but the 3-year number is what was communicated to her. So out of an abundance of caution, I would prefer to go ahead and confer with her just very briefly to let her know what the impact of that is.
Sure. And just for the record, Ms. Gregg, I see that you were in felony drug court.
Yes, ma'am.
So I do find it odd that you're not taking drug tests in felony drug court when you were given a chance for felony drug court. I'm going to send you to breakout room to speak with your attorney.
Okay.
And you both can go to breakout room number 14. All right, Will Brooks.
Judge, I've got Mr. Richard Ruiz,
Yes.
and we're on a trial track, Judge. I've conferred and nothing has changed. So we are still asking for our trial, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Richard Ruiz, can we have a date in December to come back to get them their jury trial date?
Judge, do you have a minute?
All right, Norma, what's the date? Is it December 13th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to come back on December 13th. Mr. Ruiz, where are you?
Right here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ruiz, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. When we come back on December 13th, what will happen is if you decide to enter a plea, it'll be open to the court. But on that date, if you don't, we will have a jury trial date for you, and that will be the date of your jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. I thought it was today.
No, we're not in a jury trial today. That's why you're still at the Bexar County Jail.
Okay, no, because y'all told me last one that I was gonna be set today.
No, because as you are aware, or maybe you're not aware, we have something going on called a pandemic. I know some people don't believe in it, but that's what's happening. So the court is given specific dates where they can have jury trial dates. And today is not the day that we can have a jury trial date in the 187 District Court. So what will happen is you're going to come back on December 13th. On December 13th, we're going to get a date for a jury trial, and you're going to be the first person up for jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ruiz. Mr. Brooks, thank you for your patience. You and your client are excused. Normally, you can let them know that 14M can go back.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, John Robertson.
Yeah, Your Honor, I've conferred with Meredith and my client, and if we could get 30 days, we should know what direction we're going. I'm going to go see my client later this week.
All right, Mr. Brooks, if you don't have anyone else with us, you're excused. I know you like hanging out here.
I do, Judge. Thank you.
Sure. Norma, on Stephen Duclos, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on January 5th. What are we waiting on with this case?
We got to talk about an offer, Judge. We should know if we're going to be able to do something or head to trial on that date.
So have you received all the discovery?
I think so, but I need to double check, see if anything new's come in. There was a supplemental report and I need to make sure nothing else has come in.
All right, thank you. Norma,
Thank
can you
you.
let them know Mr. Stephen Duclos can go back? All right, Regina Tibbs.
Yes, Judge. On Calvin Johnson, I was in a breakout room, but I had to attend another hearing, so I'm back in. But they were going to check to see if he's even on the docket for today. And my client is here.
Division of family violence.
Family violence.
All right, since you're here and your client's here, I'll send you to a breakout room to confer. I'll send you to breakout room number 6.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hector Garza.
Your Honor, 2 things. First, Billy Taylor, I've spoken with the prosecutors on. However, I don't believe Ms. Taylor appeared today.
All right, we'll take that matter up right now. To the courtroom, is there a Miss Taylor in the courtroom?
No, Judge, she's not.
All right, is there a prosecutor available?
You're right, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 9631, State of Texas versus Billy Denise Taylor. Can I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Hector Garza Jr.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections?
None from the state.
Defense?
None from the defense, Your Honor, but if I may, before you continue, what cause number was it you called?
2021 CR 9638.
Okay.
All right.
Because she actually has 2, Judge. She has 9636 and 9638.
Let me see if I have that second one. Yes. And the court is also calling 2021 CR 9636. We're proceeding by video on each of these cause numbers because of the pandemic. Any objection?
None from the state.
None from defense.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:58 a.m. It should be noted that this case was actually set yesterday on November 30th, and the court and the defendant was a no-show at that time, and the court reset this for today to see if the defendant would appear. Deputy Laura, has there been a Billy Taylor in the courtroom at all today?
Oh, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Deputy Mejia. And for the record, there has not been a Billy Taylor on the Zoom screen. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not, Judge, and actually, for the record, the number that was provided to me on her court appointment sheet belongs to somebody else. I did look at the police report. There was a partial number there, but I was able to put the 2 together, the 2 phone numbers I had, and that number is disconnected, so I have no way of getting a hold of them.
All right. State?
They request a bond forfeiture and will be issued.
All right, a bond forfeiture will be issued in each case. The client will be remanded without bond. Mr. Garza, if you're able to get in touch with your client and your client appears either by Zoom or either in person, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and what is your next case?
My next case is Saul Martinez.
All right, what is happening with Mr. Martinez?
First of all, Judge, I'm not sure if he's here today, and second, I need to meet with the prosecutor on it.
All right, where is Saul Martinez?
I am right here, Judge.
All right, thank you, he's here. So I'll send you to a breakout room.
Thank you.
And that is criminal trial division.
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. All right, Bill Simmons, are you ready with your client? Bill Simmons.
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
All right, we're back on the docket in 2016 CR 7583. Mr. Simmons, did you have a chance to confer with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, and she is prepared to proceed.
All right, so the minimum sentence for Ms. Gregg is 5 years. Is that what both parties have agreed to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Gregg, are you asking the court to follow the agreement that's been reached?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then the court will follow the agreement, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Your Honor, just for the record, I just wanted to confirm with Mrs. Gregg that we did confirm this matter, that you understand that the minimum on this is 5 years and that you still wanted to proceed. Is that correct, Ms. Gregg?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Well,
Sure.
well, I've got a
Mr.
client.
Steinberg, you are not on mute.
I'm going to get on mute.
Wow, people go on vacation, they forget to use mute. I just don't understand. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification with your attorney and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a question over what a weapon is, you'll need to consult with an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Gregg, you were sent to
ma'am.
felony drug court. You were unsuccessful. Here's the thing. You can make a decision in your life. What are you going to do? Either you're going to continue on the path that you're on, and if you continue on the path that you're on, one or two things going to end up happening. You're going to end up spending the rest of your life in prison and in jails. When a new person comes in, they're going to ask how things are run at this prison or how things are run at this jail. And they're going to say, oh, ask the oldest person here. We call her Grandma Gregg. That's going to be you. Or either you're going to end up getting a hold of some bad drugs and you're going to die. Because guess what? All of the people who are making drugs or make it in their kitchen with rats and roaches running around, or either their garage or in their car. It doesn't have an FDA warning label on it.
Right.
That's where you're going to end up. So you have choices to make. You understand?
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
good luck to you, Ms. Gregg. Norma, Gregg, L22 can go back.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, Alfonso Cabanas, you have your hand raised.
Yes, Your Honor. I have another client, Jose Constancio Gonzalez, who's in custody.
Yes.
I conferred with Mr. Tom Nisbet on his case, and he does not have the file yet. So I'm asking for a reset on Mr. Gonzalez's case, Your Honor.
What's the full name?
Jose Constancio Gonzalez.
Oh, does anybody see what page that's on? Because I don't have that. Is he indicted?
I don't believe so, Judge.
He is indicted. He's on the second page, Judge, of the recall.
All right. Can I have a 30-day reset on this, please? All right, we're going to come back on January 13th, 2022.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Okay, Kelly Piddle.
Judge, I conferred with the state of Christopher Rodriguez. We're still missing the body cams on this case. They've requested them again from SAPD.
When are we gonna have the body cameras?
I'm sorry?
I said, when will we have body cameras on this case?
I don't know the answer to that, Judge. It was reset last time to get them as well. I don't know what
All right, this is what we're gonna do on this case. We're gonna reset it for a month.
Okay.
And at that time, if there are no body cameras, everyone needs to subpoena whomever they need to subpoena to come in court so we can find out where the body cameras are. Norman, can I have a 30-day reset on Christopher Rodriguez for discovery? All right, we're gonna come back on January 10th.
Okay.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He is in custody, Judge. Well, he was arrested last night, Your Honor.
Ah, okay.
Full
Let
candor.
me see if we have him on screen. All right, is this him who was 14J Rodriguez?
No, Judge, he was arrested last night on a new charge, so I don't think he'll be present. I don't think the court knows. He's still showing on bond on this case.
Okay, all right, awesome. Norma, on Mr. Rodriguez, when we need to order him next time, he's at jail.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Cleophas Marshall.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've never used that hand raise function before. I'm starting.
Well, you have an orange hand. You know they have different shades of coloring on those hands.
It's a glove, Judge. It's a glove.
Okay, so who do you have?
I
What's going on?
have two cases, Samantha Alvarez, and then I have Felicia Cox. On Samantha Alvarez, that's going to be a plea. She should be complete with her paperwork. I've completed mine, so it should be back over to the court clerks.
Yes.
So that we should be getting ready for that. And I'm assuming that we can do it's a deferred.
Yes, we can. So Ms. Cox?
Well, that's Ms. Alvarez.
Yeah, I know. You were getting paid by the word on that. So on Felicia Cox, what are we doing?
On Felicia Cox, Your Honor, I don't know if you recall, but the last time that we were in court, she physically came to the courthouse and we addressed the court because we believe that she was in labor.
Yes.
She was in fact in labor, and she did give birth that very day. So, I mean, it was a chance the baby could have been named Stephanie. Because
but that didn't happen, so I'm disappointed. So
that
let's not talk about chances. Let's talk about what actually happened. So the baby was not named Stephanie or Stephen. So where are we?
The baby was named Rain. So
hello, Miss Alvarez, are you there?
I don't, hold on for a second. I apologize, Judge. Yes. I'm on two devices in there.
Give me 1 second.
That's okay. So what are we doing with this?
Okay, on Miss Felicia Cox, she is pending a preeclampsia test for high blood pressure. And so she's pending that test. Hopefully we'll hear back.
So is she currently in the hospital? Is that what you're telling me?
No, she is not currently in the hospital. She's currently at home with her child, where she's not trying to get out and about a lot. We're asking, Judge, for another setting on this so she can kind of get beyond that. Having just had a child, you know, she's still not completely healed from that process in and of itself. And then the blood pressure issue that is in place. And then also, Judge, I just had oral surgery this week, so I'm just still a little swollen and my mouth still hurts, and I'm on medication for that. So
okay, that really doesn't compare to pregnancy. All right.
No, it's not at all.
So I hope you're not trying to compare the two. You should be able to keep moving with that. All right. Norma, on Ms. Cox, can I have a 30-day reset, please? Brenda, I think he was trying to compare that to childbirth.
Judge, can I have a 45-day reset?
That'll be no.
That'll be no. Okay. All right, 30-day reset.
All right, so we'll come back on that on January 11th, 2022. And we'll wait to do the plea on your other client.
Thank you very much. And we'll want to waive the PSI on Ms. Alvarez.
All right.
Okay,
Linda Corley.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I have conferred with Mr. Sanders, and he does have, my client has a number of cases. He's going to be emailing me a plea offer, Judge, if we can get a reset.
Who's your client?
Samuel Ryle, or Real, and he is on. I saw him earlier. He's been on, I believe, the whole time. I'm sorry I was late. I was in the 186, but you're normally number one, Judge.
Okay, look at Brenda. People are trying to say, see, but that doesn't even make it any better. You're normally number one.
Judge, I was there too. That's exactly what she said. After I said it first.
All right. So what is it's Samuel Rao?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so an offer, I see where the last said an offer was tendered.
We have a new offer, Judge.
All right, how much time do you all need to consider that?
Judge, if I could just get a setting for January, I'm on vacation the last 2 weeks of December, and the rest of my December is really packed.
All right, Norma, can we get a January setting on Samuel Rao, please? All right, January 11th, 2022.
22. Thank you so much, Judge. May my
Oh, no, don't go.
No, don't go.
You have another issue with a client.
Okay.
It has to do with him not providing his letter.
Which client, Judge?
Just one moment. Let me take care of these.
Wait, is it Jose Martinez for
Yes, it
affidavit?
is.
I knew we were working on his affidavit, Judge. I think we were having a problem on the notary on the online, but we should have that very soon. We had to send it to him in the mail. He doesn't do a lot of electronics, and he was supposed to be sending it back.
That's going to need to be done by Friday. So Ms. Ferguson, can you put Linda Corley on the docket for Friday, please?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Robert Maurer.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay,
Hello.
thank you.
I think I just need to confer with Tom, Judge. This is my the discovery issue on that Guzman murder case.
All right, you have Gabrino Badillo as your name.
Oh, that's from yesterday, Judge. That's why I don't change my name, Judge, because this happens all the time.
All right, what's your client's name?
It's Brandon Guzman.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5. And everyone, I appreciate your patience. Just continue to put patience in your pocket. It's a Wednesday. I'm going in order the way you appear on the screen. Elizabeth Settle.
Good morning again, Judge. Yes, on Brianna St. John, I conferred. The situation is with her, Judge. I have her on 1 felony. John Winter has her on 2 other felonies, and I also have her on a misdemeanor. And in talking, yeah, I didn't.
Norma, can you get John Winter in here, please? Just 1 second. Let me get John Winter in here, Ms. Settle.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you. Regina Tips.
Yes, Judge, I conferred with ADA. She said she needed to check with intake on that, see what the holdup was. And so she she said to just reset it.
All right. I don't even have the file on Calvin Johnson. To the clerks, could I get the file on Calvin Johnson, please? Anita Kell on Mr. Clean.
Yes, Judge.
Where's your client?
We haven't been able to get hold of our client. The phone number that was provided to me is the same number that pretrial services have, and they don't have any other.
Okay. Is there a prosecutor available?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is going to call 2021 CR 9054, State of Texas versus Philip Kling. Have parties announced for the record for the state.
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense.
Anita Kale on behalf of Mr. Kling.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Judge.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:16 a.m. Deputy Mejia, has there been a Philip Kling in the courtroom?
Oh, Your Honor, he has not.
You guys are switching on me. That was Deputy Laura. And for the record, there has not been a Philip Kling on Zoom. Defense, have you had in contact with your client?
No, Judge. The phone number we have is the same number that pretrial services have, and the phone number, when you call it, it's disconnected.
All right, state.
Judge, we're asking that his bond be forfeited and a warrant issued.
That will be granted. If you're able to get in touch with your client and your client presents himself, then the court will reconsider.
Okay, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
John Winter, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Elizabeth Settle.
Okay, Judge.
Breakout room number 4, and if a prosecutor could join them in breakout room number 4, please.
I was going to say, did Elizabeth go to the other side?
No,
No, I have her on another case. And it was Brittany
Oh.
that I was talking to earlier, Judge.
All right, Brittany, if you could go to breakout room number 4, please. All right, Scott McCrum.
Good morning, Judge. Can I confer with the prosecutor on a family violence case?
Yes. I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome. John Reitmeyer.
Same announcement, Judge. Can I confer with the family violence prosecutor?
Yes. What is the client's name?
Eric De La Rosa.
You said Eric De La Rosa?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and to the clerks, could I have the following Calvin Johnson, please? Joanne Eckel.
Yes, Judge, I'm going to need a trial date on my client.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a December date on Sharmarcus Porter, please? And is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond, Judge.
All right, Sharmarcus Porter, where are you?
I was
Right on,
conferring
ma'am.
with him in a breakout room, Judge. I'm not sure he made it out.
All right, Ms. Porter, Mr. Porter, we're going to come back on December 14th. On that date, the court will give you your jury trial date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you can appear by Zoom on December 14th for your jury trial date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you,
And Ms.
Judge.
Eckel, you're excused if you don't have anyone else with us.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. Cornelius Cox.
Here, Judge.
Yes.
Yeah, Ernest Cheeler, Judge, I conferred, and we need a trial date.
All right, where's your client?
He's on, you talking about Ernest, he's on. I know he's on.
Right here. I'm right
All
here.
right. Norma, on Ernest Taylor, can I have a date in December, please? All right, we're going to come back on December 14th. Mr. Taylor, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after today. So we're going to come back on December 14th, and on that day, the court will give you your jury trial date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you and your attorney are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank
Have
you.
a great one.
I enjoyed it, Judge. Keep it real. That's all I can say. Just keep keeping it real.
All righty. All right, what page is Taylor? There he is. All right, on Mr. Johnson, Ms. Tibbs, I don't see
Yes, ma'am.
where he has been indicted.
He has not been.
Okay, so I don't know why this was set on the docket.
I don't either.
Okay, so yes, so there's no setting.
Okay.
So you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. And
Thank
my
you.
client, Calvin Johnson, he's excused as well.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you,
Pierre
Judge.
Padilla, you're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right, well, Javier takes care of that. Robert Maurer, who is your client?
It's Brendan Guzman, Judge, where it's a discovery issue that Tom and I are waiting for some discovery that's supposed to be turned over by the FBI.
Is it Brittany or Brandon?
No, Brandon Guzman, Judge.
All
There's
right, so where are we on discovery?
I think, is Tom back from the breakout room?
Yes, he's here.
Tom, you
Yes.
better.
How long are you
Judge.
expecting?
Could be a day, could be 30, could be 60. I don't know. The requests are in, the re-requests are in. We are waiting. I do know that the FBI is moving field offices in town right now. On a different prosecutor's different case. They told him, we'll talk to you in February. So I don't know if that's foreshadowing or what.
No,
but
that's not foreshadowing. That's why we subpoena people. Okay, so Norma, can I
you
have
can't
a?
subpoena the feds, Judge, because of
we'll
TUI.
see.
They're protected.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Tom, they like me.
Okay.
The FBI appreciates me. So
Okay.
Norma, so it will happen. Norma, can we recall this for January, please?
And please do like towards the end of January, Norma. I've got a jury trial in Del Rio the first to second week of January.
All right, January 19th.
That works.
All right, we'll see you back on 19th.
Judge, if I could, in light of the numerous delays, I'd ask the court consider either a PR bond for my client with GPS or bond reduction with GPS and full house arrest. He's been incarcerated, I think, for 2 years.
All right, so this is what we'll do. If you file that motion, Mr. Maurer, the court will hear it and you can put on your evidence, and of course, I will consider that.
Ma'am, can I speak to my lawyer before?
Just one moment.
Thank you.
Can you see that there?
And anybody can let the federal personnel know that I'm considering a bond reduction that the defense is going to file, because they're moving offices. So we will see you back on January 19th for discovery. And whatever date you want to have your bond hearing heard, or if you want to confer with the state over that, you can confer with the state, and then just contact Ms. Ferguson and we will set it.
Tom, is it worth conferring over a bond reduction?
Is it worth conferring? Yes, it's always worth conferring.
All right, so if you guys want to go back to number 5 and confer. All right, so let me see, Scott McCrum.
Yes, Judge. Caitlin and I conferred on discovery. There are some new documents, I guess, and discovery that they've received and that they're going to upload, and so and that should complete discovery. So I would like to have time to receive those and review them. So if I could have a pretrial setting reset to possibly that might affect our negotiations.
Norma, on Zachary Prince, can you recall this back in December to see whether discovery is?
We're in December, Judge. You're just going to give
I
me a
know,
couple
yeah,
weeks.
we're doing it in December. So we're going to come back on December 15th to see where we are with discovery. All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond and he's present.
All right, Mr. Prince, we're going to be back on December 15th to see where we are with discovery. Javier Padilla?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We were talking about Claudia Rubio Mendoza. She's the PTD prospective candidate. I don't know, the status is still up in the air. I don't know.
Did you have a chance to speak with Marcus?
No, I have not.
Marcus Sanders.
Yes, Judge. I didn't see, I don't know if Javier left, but I checked with our PTD people. They said she's at the top of the list of applications that they're doing, and they expect it to be done by today, no later than tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Let me find your client's file. Clerks, do you have a file on Rubio Mendoza, please? All right, Norma, can we recall Ms. Mendoza back in December? All right, so we're going to do December 14th.
Okay.
And that will be for us to have an update to see where you are on your PTD, Ms. Rubio Mendoza.
All right. Thank you, Judge. I will see
right.
you then. My
Thank
excuse.
you. Yes, you're excused. Norma, can you let them know that L20 can go back? All right. James DeWiggins.
Yes, Judge. I'm here on Raymond Lagoria. I don't know why we were set. He's scheduled for an agreed incompetency on the 7th of this month.
All right, that's Raymond. What's the last name?
Longoria or Ramon, I mean, R-A-M-O-N, Longoria. He's in jail, but I don't see him. But like I said, he may be in some mental health unit or something.
All right, and you say this is scheduled on the 7th?
Yes, ma'am. With
Is that the
Carruthers.
7th of December?
Yes, ma'am.
You say it's an agreed incompetence?
Yes, ma'am. He's been evaluated, and he's the one that kept screaming and was grabbing the deputies on the way up and all that. Remember?
Okay. All right, Norma, on Mr. Ramon Anthony Langora, can we have a 60-day reset, please?
And if Carruthers sends him to state hospital, I'll contact Norma and let her know that he's gone, and we'll go from there, I guess.
Okay, thank you. I'm just waiting for a date. All right, so we're going to come back on February 16th.
Okay.
After Valentine's Day. So it'll be February 16th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, can you put me with Mr. Guzman?
Okay, just give me one moment.
ma'am.
Brenda, do you see what page Longoria is on?
$16.
Okay. You say 16 or 15?
16.
See, this is the problem. You know what? My docket sheet is completely different from everyone else. I don't have the correct docketing sheet. Why? I don't know. But, okay. All right, Robert Maurer, you want to go into a breakout room with Mr. Guzman?
Yes, ma'am.
If you go back to breakout room number 5, and Mr. Guzman, I'll send you to 5. All right, John Koontz.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So I have conferred with Caitlin Wilkes, and also with my client several times. And
just one moment, Mr. Koontz.
mhm.
Is Charles Jones, are you currently alive? He's not moving. Whoever is the attorney for Charles Jones, need to check on him.
It looks like he's breathing, so that's good.
Yeah, I think I saw him move too.
Oh, okay. Whose client is this? Who's the attorney? All right, we will find out. I'm sorry, Mr. Koontz.
No problem at all, Judge. So Mr. Stegemeyer is one judge that we'd had an evaluation done, and then I provided, after the evaluation for mental health or for competency was done, I provided additional documentation, medical documentation. And Dr. Scott submitted a supplement. He didn't do a reevaluation, but he did a 1.5-page long supplement at the end of September, which we just got a few weeks ago, actually, after I walked over to the mag court and said, hey, he's told me that you guys have it. Where is it? Sort of thing. Anyway, the doctor says that he is willing to do another evaluation, meaning a full screening sort of thing. And so I would request of the court that you authorize him to do that, please. Because he mentions that because of my client's underlying health conditions, it is sort of a shifting target with competency.
All right, Norma, can you have another evaluation scheduled for James Stegemeyer? And then if you can give me a date to come back on this case. So Ms. Ferguson said that she will arrange for him to have another evaluation.
Right.
And let me see what date she wants us to come back. So we're going to come back on January 12th.
Of 2025 or 2026, which year?
2022. Don't push
Fine.
the years on us.
Fine, be that way, Judge.
The years are already moving fast enough. All right, Rusty, you and your client are excused. Is your client in custody?
No, Your Honor, he's was in the courtroom.
No, John Kuntz, James
Oh.
Stegemeyer.
Yes, Judge. He's there listed as James, 187 James. So we'll be excused. Thank you.
All right, Norma, 14C can go back. All right, and Rusty Geyer, who's your client?
James Madrone, Your Honor, pardon me, I had to travel from Canipa to Del Rio and finish a sentencing, so I'm back with you. James Madrone was in the courtroom.
Okay, and educate us. Where is what?
Trial date, and today was our last.
Rusty Geyer, what county were you in?
I'm sorry, I was in Uvalde County, and then I went to Del Rio for a sentencing.
Okay, you named some place that I hadn't heard of.
Canipa, it's just before you get to Uvalde or just after you leave Uvalde, depending upon which east or west.
All right, so have you conferred with the state on this?
I have, Your Honor. We had our offer and we came back for our drop dead date and we are ready for trial.
All right, Norma, on Mr. James Madrone, can I have a December date so we can have a jury trial date, please? All right, we're going to come back on January 15th. And on that date, you'll receive a jury trial date. So you're not going to trial on that date. That's just the date where you will get a jury trial date.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Happy holidays. May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused, and happy holidays to you.
Judge, it was December 15th, right?
Yes, December 15th.
I thought I heard you say January 15th.
Okay. No,
Am
it's December 15th.
am I going to receive a notice or do I just make note of that?
No, you just make note of that.
January 15th.
No, December 15th.
Oh, wait a second.
December 15th.
It's December
you're gonna
15th.
December 15th, you're going to come back to get your jury trial date.
Great. I will be there.
All right, thank you. And you and your client can appear by Zoom.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Madrone, you're going to be back on December 15th to get your jury trial date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just make sure you remain in the courtroom so we can give you a reset form. John Reitmeyer.
Judge, I was able to confer. We have some discovery to review. We were hoping we could get 30 days.
All right, this will be your last date to review discovery because I have a date on here for November 2nd where you're reviewing the case with your client. So we're going to come back. Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Eric De La Rosa? All right, we're going to come back on January 11th. And do you have all the discovery?
I believe so. Yes, Judge.
All right, then you and your client will be back on January 11th. Eric, you and your attorney are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You're welcome. And then the next person up is going to be Albert Charis, who's been patiently waiting.
Hi, Judge. Hey,
Hi.
I've got Justin Rodriguez. I conferred with Ray Garcia, and the state wants a little time to talk to the complaining witness about what we discussed as far as resolving the case.
Just one moment.
And Mr. Garcia texted me on Saturday to say that he got a new phone number.
All right, so Justin Rodriguez,
About the court date. And
what are you all waiting on?
He's not on. Yeah.
Judge.
When did recall you?
Yes, Judge. So there's a new number one. Just recently, we just received all the discovery for it. I've left messages for the complainant. I'm just asking for a few days to see if we can hear back from her. There is an offer in mind.
All right, so if we set this later in December, is that enough time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Normie, can I have a date in December on Justin Rodriguez, please? All right, it's going to be December 15th. Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Rodriguez, we will see you back on December 15th. And you and your client are excused, Mr. Charis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Normie, can you let them know that 14J can go back? All right, John Winter and Elizabeth Settle.
So Judge, I think we have a agreement on Miss St. John. It's going to be for probation. I don't know if you want to do that today.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Okay, Judge.
All right, Frank Sandoval, who do you have?
Judge, may I real quickly, my two cases that I represent her on are being dismissed as part of this plea deal. Do you want me here for the plea?
No, you don't need to be present then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sure. Mr. Sandoval, who do you have?
Your Honor, good morning. Mr. William Sparks, he recently bonded out, and I just spoke with his sister a little while ago, and she mentioned he should be there in the courtroom.
All right, to the courtroom. Is there a William Sparks in the courtroom?
He is here, Your Honor.
All right, he doesn't need to come forward. I just wanted to make sure he was there. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe it's criminal trial division, Your Honor. I may have the opportunity to confer.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6.
I do appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who are the parties on Samantha Alvarez?
Cleophas Marshall.
I am, Judge.
Right. And then just 1 second before I do that. Ramos and Del Cueto, who's your client?
Hi, Judge. It's Taylor from our office. Our client's Wendy Short Covey.
And where is she?
I don't think she's on the Zoom. We actually represented her back on her MTR hearing. That was the end of September. So I'm not, and she's in drug court. I'm not sure she even received notice.
Okay, I don't know why it's set then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to a breakout room number 1 with Miss Ferguson, and we'll find out why that's set, because I don't show it on our docket.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's on the recall, Judge.
Okay. I'm sending you to number 1 to speak with that attorney to see why she is here. Brenda, it's like, it doesn't want to do it. Let's see. And here we go. Court is calling 2021 CR 8723, State of Texas versus Samantha Ann Alvarez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Cleophas Marshall for the defense.
And are you Ms. Alvarez?
Yes.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Alvarez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Counsel, I'm showing you what's entitled Acknowledgement of Discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Ms. Alvarez, did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Alvarez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? The court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, she has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Alvarez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting a $1,000 fine be probated. They're recommending deferred adjudication. Taking consideration County Court cause number 664703, JN number 2038953, restitution, if any, for drug testing, and no harmful or injurious contact with Janice Alvarez. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, anger management, and regular UAs. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
We reviewed the exhibits, Your Honor. We have no objections. And we would request, though, that the language be changed on the steps to say no contest.
Any objections to the changing of the language?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Alvarez, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to testimony. I'm sorry, consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presented evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, I will, Your Honor. I've had an opportunity to consult with her, confer with her, and talk with her regarding this matter. She understands the nature of this offense and wants to do all that is necessary to try to make sure that she's in compliance with the court's orders and really is doing what she's supposed to be doing to take care of the situation. She does have 2 children. Her mother right now is taking care of the 2 children, but she's assisting. Her son is 9 years old. He's autistic, and she has a daughter that's 10 years old. So she has definitely the desire to make sure that she's in the position that she needs to be in to assist with her children and then raise her children in the future. And so we're asking that the court would grant her application for deferred adjudication and place her on deferred adjudication for a period of 2 years.
All right. So how old are you?
28.
All right, so why you have 2 children, why are you using drugs?
I can't give a good explanation for that.
So how are you supporting yourself?
So I do body waxing.
Okay, how long
I'm a
have you been doing
licensed
that?
cosmetologist.
How long have you been doing
Well, I
that?
just got certified for it for about 2 months. Before that, I was doing hair.
All right, is Child Protective Services involved in your life?
No.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. $1,000 fine, probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, taking into consideration 664-703, JN number 203-8953, restitution for drug testing, no harm for or injurious contact with Janice Alvarez, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you completed the COVID vaccination regimen. I'm not forcing anyone to get COVID vaccination, but if you received it, then 40 hours will be deducted. Anger management. What is your relationship to Janice Alvarez?
We're sisters.
All right. And where does she live?
We live together.
Okay. And do you live together with your mom or it's just
No,
you?
it's just 2.
Okay, why are two sisters fighting?
It was just a really bad, it was 4th of July and we just got really drunk and I guess we argued. And I accidentally broke something, and when she called the cops, she just told them she wanted them to remove me from the house. She didn't want me to be arrested. And they said they were going to take me in to sober me up. But I told her that's not the way it works. If they're handcuffing me, I'm going to jail. But yeah, they took me to jail.
All right, so here's the thing. How old is your sister?
We're 2 years apart, so she's 26.
So we got two 26, 28-year-olds who are sisters who are supposed to love each other, getting drunk and getting into altercations. I'm sure that's not what your mom wants.
No, yeah, we've never done that. It was like when it just
You're
happened.
two sisters. As far as I'm concerned, when it's sisters, you're supposed to be protecting each other, not getting into altercations with each other. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Just like I told my attorney, it would be dirty.
Okay, what are we going to be dirty for?
Marijuana. The last time I smoked was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, and what else?
That's it. I don't do anything else.
All right, I'm going to want a drug test.
Okay.
And we're going to do a drug test tomorrow by 9 a.m. And I'm going to want her tested for levels. Got to do field visits 2 times per month, random. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want parenting classes. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else that she needs?
No, ma'am.
Is there anything else that you need from me in order to be successful? Ms. Alvarez?
No, I'm pretty sure this one time getting in trouble has taught me more than enough.
All right, this incident didn't happen 3 weeks ago, and you're still using marijuana 3 weeks ago, so I don't know if you've learned.
Your Honor, on the proof of employment, I believe that Ms. Alvarez is starting her own business.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, like working from home for now.
But here's the thing, people are always starting, people need to do. So I'm sure they'll get information from her to make sure that she's doing what she's saying that she's doing. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Okay.
No, it's not okay. Do you understand? Yeah. All right. We'll go off the record. You have 2 children. Your mother's taking care of your 2 children. I'm sure she just wanted to be a grandmother and not be a mother. People, when you have children, and if you want to be fruitful and multiply, then you need to take care of your children and not depend on other people to do that, because she just wants to be a grandmother. And as far as I know, grandmothers want to be able to spoil their grandchildren, allow them to do things that they didn't allow their children to do, like eat cookies before they have their meal and stay up as late as they want to, and then turn them back over to parents. So that's what your mother should be doing instead of being a parent to your children. So you're going to have to do better. And on this probation, you cannot use marijuana. So those levels had better start going down. If they're not, I'm going to get a report and we're going to have a conversation. Okay. All right. Good luck to you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and probation will meet you there. Mr. Marshall, you can go to breakout room number 1, or either you can be excused.
Okay, Judge, right before that, I just want to tell Ms. Alvarez that she should try to get the drug test today if possible. So it'll be done by tomorrow at 9 a.m. And
all right, Ramos and Del Cueto.
Judge, if I may, very quickly.
Yes.
On Miss Felicia Cox, that was January the 11th, was it not? Just want to make sure.
Yes, it was.
Okay. And is there any reason for me to go to breakout room number 1?
If you want to go over there and go over conditions with your client and see what conditions she has, you can.
Thank you. May I be excused then?
Yes, your client needs to go to breakout room number 1. She has not.
Thank you. Ms. Alvarez, go to breakout room number 1. Thank you.
All right, Ramos and Del Cueto.
Yes, Judge, I'm here on Wendy Short Covey. It's just a drug court status check.
All right. Is she in a felony drug court now?
Yes, I talked to the coordinator, Diana, this morning. She said she is residing at a sober living home and she's on GPS.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, have a good week. Thank you.
All right, Frank Sandoval.
Yes, hi, good morning, Judge. Conferred, we are attempting to see if there is some video from the location of where it occurred. So hopefully we'll be able to know that within 30 days. So I'm here respectfully requesting a 30-day reset.
All right, Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Sparks, please? For discovery. All right, we're going to come back on January 10th.
1:10.
And where is
22.
Mr. Sparks?
Yes,
Mr.
I was
Sparks?
just going to ask Your Honor, he's in the
Your Honor.
courtroom, if he could be released.
All right, Mr. Sparks, we're going to come back on January 10th. Mr. Sparks, if you have the ability to Zoom, you can Zoom. If not, you're going to have to appear in court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sparks. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, ma'am. No, this-
Take care, Your Honor.
Thank you, you too. Hector Garza?
Yeah, I met with my client. I was waiting for, I came back out of the breakout room because I was waiting for, oh my God, what's her name? Brittany, I think.
Okay.
Um,
All right, Brittany?
Yes, Judge, I'll go in there.
All right, sure. So if you'll go to breakout room number 2, she'll meet you in breakout room number 2.
yes,
Joe Stenberg?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm here on Gregory Alexander for discovery compliance.
Yes, what is happening? Do you have the discovery?
As far as I know, I've never had a problem with the DA giving me discovery.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We're here for a discovery compliance, or because I was told that there was some outstanding discovery. So I'm just trying to figure out if you have all your discovery. That's why we're here today. So if you have all your discovery, then we're done.
I have all that they've sent me and I know about.
All right, who's the prosecutor on Gregory Alexander? It's family violence.
It's me, Your Honor.
All right, have you all turned over all discovery?
I believe we have, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're actually scheduled to be back on January 13th.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Norman, can you let them know Gregory Alexander can go back? He is listed as 14P. Lorraine Efron.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Yes.
On Joe De La Cruz, we're here on discovery compliance. And Michelle Hayden tells me there are just a few other things they're still waiting for. And so we're still completing the discovery process on his case.
All right, did she give you an idea of when she would have the discovery?
I think 30 days or so.
Judge, that is correct. There were a number of items missing the last time we were set. We've received most of them, but we're still waiting on some EMS and hospital records the EMS records are just EMS, and then university hospitals, the hospital that we've requested the records from, and usually those don't take too long.
All right, Norma, can I have a 30-day reset for Joe De La Cruz, please?
can I have a moment, like 1 minute or two?
And then Judge also.
All right, we're going to come back on De La Cruz, or we're going to come back on January 10th.
Okay. And on
just one second.
Sure.
So is your client, Mr. De La Cruz, in custody or on bond?
Custody.
All right, Norma, can you let them Yes, Mr. Dela Cruz.
Is there more, if I have 1 or 2 minutes with my attorney just to figure out what we had talked about the last court date, just a minute?
Sure, just give me a moment. I'll make sure she sees you.
Thank you.
And I have one other client on bond that I want to deal with before I go into that breakout room.
Yes, Richard Thomas.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, his discovery is pretty extensive and only available for me to view in person. I have gone to view it in person, but I have not, I probably need 2 or 3 more appointments to get through it all. I do have another appointment scheduled mid-December to go down there with Marina. And so I'm just requesting additional time if the court will allow for me to go through. It's a lot of SANE exams, a lot of discovery from back as early as 2005 or 6, something like that.
All right, Norma, on Richard Thomas, can I have a date in late January, please, for discovery? All right, we're going to come back on January 14th.
Okay, thank
see
you,
where
Judge,
we are.
very much.
You're welcome. And Mr. Thomas, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And then I'll send you to the breakout room with Mr. Dela Cruz, Ms.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Judge, so much.
You're welcome. Mr. Dela Cruz, if you'll go to breakout room number 7, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You want him to come back before being excused or?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, John Winter, do you have your paperwork?
Not yet, Judge.
Okay. Hector Garza.
Your Honor, spoke with the DA on Saul Martinez, and we're going to request a reset so the state can do a little bit more talking with their victim, and then perhaps we can find a happy medium to reach an agreement on this case.
All right. And did they give you a time when they expected this would happen?
No, Judge.
All right. Who's the prosecutor you were conferring with?
Judge, it's
Brittany.
me. I'm going to have our advocate call today.
All right. So how much time do you think you need, State?
A week.
All right. Norma, can you set Saul Martinez then in December? The last day for December? All right. We're going to come back on December 15th. All right. Thank you for your patience. You and your client. Yes.
Judge, I have 5 settings that day in
All right.
criminal courts already. So
All right. We'll see you on December 14th.
I have 5 on that day as well.
All righty. We'll see what happens. We'll see you on
All right.
December 14th or 15th.
Okay, thank you.
Which one do you want?
At this point, Judge, it doesn't matter. They're the
All
same
right.
edge.
December 14th.
Okay.
You can tell all of the courts, I need to be in the 187.
You know where that's gonna get me? Yeah, no.
Yeah, that will. They'll be like, oh, curses. She always gets them first. So that's fine.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. You're excused. Michael Latimer.
Okay.
May my client, I'm sorry, Judge, may my client be excused as well?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. He took off. Okay. Sorry.
Ms. Latimer, Mr.
Okay, I've
Latimer.
spoken to Meredith, and I've already filed pretrial motions. I have been provided what I believe is all the documents, but I have not been provided yet the body cam video that do exist. And Meredith will be uploading those shortly.
All right, Norma on Centron, can you give me a 30-day reset, and it'll be for discovery, just to make sure you have all your discovery, Mr. Latimer.
All right, thank you.
And that will be January 12th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. We're excused.
All right, and just 1 second, you have Cuellar.
Oh, yes, Cuellar.
And I think your client wants to speak to you, but let's do Cuellar, and then you'll have a chance to speak with your client.
Okay.
All right, is Cuellar on today's docket?
I was told he was not, but he was there, and I told him to go home.
Yes, because I don't see him on the docket.
No, I didn't realize that. I got a setting for today, but it's a pre-indictment, so.
All right.
I'll reach out to the family violence on that case.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Because we don't do trial
No,
and
yeah.
hearings.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Citron, I'm going to send you to a breakout room to speak with your attorney. So I'll see you to number 12, but once you finish speaking to your attorney, I need you to come back to the main room.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And Nora, I'm sorry, what date did you give Ramon Longoria, please? Thank you. All right, Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Judge, or I guess technically good afternoon at this point.
Yeah.
I'm here on Nicholas Cornelius. Judge, I believe we were here for a discovery status hearing.
Yes.
All of that's been resolved. I have all the surveillance videos. Those were apartment surveillance videos that the state wanted to just be sure that I had, and I do have those now. The state gave me a tentative offer. I have discussed that with my client, but I think we need a little bit more time. There was a lot of discovery in this case to go over that and for my client to give me a definitive answer on whether he wants to accept that offer.
All right. So Norma, on Cornelius, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on January 11th.
Okay.
And that will just be a regular setting.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You and your client are excused.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, John Winter, where are you on your paperwork?
Looks like I just got it. I'm still waiting on the application for probation and everything from the court.
Okay. Can you put that?
Yeah, I sent him a chat, Judge, a while back.
Okay. And Ed Camara is in number 3 on Richard Muskis. It's criminal trial division.
Judge, he's not in there. I've gone in a few times.
All right, Norma, could you call Ed Camara? All right, Mr. Latimer, did you finish speaking with your client?
Yes, I did.
All right, thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care.
All right, you too. All right, Mr. Cintron, we will see you next time. Have a great rest of your day. And everyone, just give me 5 minutes, please. All right, John Winter. Hi, can you tell
Yes,
me how
Judge.
close you are to your paperwork?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell me how close you are with your paperwork? Because I promised everyone that we will stop at 12:30 and come back at 2 because the court reporter needs to take a break.
Well, I haven't received the applications and certifications yet.
Okay, so what we're going to do.
And I still, go ahead, I apologize.
No, go ahead.
And I still need to go over the paperwork with Ms. St. John too.
All right, I'm going to stay on the Zoom screen, but what we're going to do is we will take your plea up at 2, but we'll get everything done and I'll be able to take you first thing at 2 p.m. So I'll stay on the Zoom to make sure all of the paperwork is done.
Okay. Okay, I guess.
Oh, thank you, John.
I don't know what that
appreciate it.
means. I mean, I'm still waiting for the paperwork, so.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're going to make sure that you have your paperwork. I'm just giving Brenna her break right now because I promised her that we would break each day by 12:30 because as you can imagine, she has to type everything that everyone is saying. So she needs to take a break.
Well, she definitely deserves it.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks,
Brenna, yes. So Brenna, you're excused and I'm going to stop live stream and we're going to be back at 2 p.m. Mr. Musquez, we're going to find out where your attorney is. He went to a breakout room and he's not in the breakout room. So what we're going to do is we'll have him come back. Okay.
Okay.